Yo, 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 what's good? Thank you for coming to the House of Barf. I'm Chairman, and before we get started, I would just like to emphasize that the content that we share on House of Barf is for informational and entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors, and the information provided should not be considered as professional financial advice. Investing and financial decisions involve risk. It is crucial to do your own research or consult with a qualified professional before making any financial choices. The opinions expressed on House of Barf are of our own and do not reflect the views of any organizations that we may be affiliated with. Please remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, and the financial landscape can change rapidly. Always conduct thorough due diligence and seek financial advice from a financial advisor tailored to your personal needs and circumstances. By listening to this podcast, you agree that the host and in the future, if we have any guests, are not responsible for any financial decisions you make as a result of the information presented on House of Barf. Now let's dive into today's episode. Yo, 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 what's good? It's Chairman House of Barf. How's everybody feeling? I hope great. Monday morning. I'm sorry. It's actually Monday evening now, but December 11th, 2023. It was a cold day. It was about 40 degrees today. Earlier today, it was about 30. It was actually snowing earlier. It was actually sticking to the ground. So that was kind of cool to see. It was nice to see. Actually, I woke up to it, so it was fantastic just to wake up and see all the snow on the ground. Just want to touch base. Had a pretty good day today trading. Worked on some Forex positions. I don't got much in Forex. I'm really just trading nano lots. Essentially, they just move by the pennies. But I'm getting better. So, real quick, a couple days ago, and I'm going to make this one brief, short, because I really was like practicing my trading, kind of studying at the same time, experimenting, not even experimenting with simulated trades, kind of, experimenting with my real trades, but just kind of learning. So I'm a little exhausted after today. I actually reached out to this YouTuber. His name is Invest with Henry. Reached out to him today, and I was supposed to get a phone call, but didn't get it, but it's all good. So I'm trying to work on, my trades, trying to make sure I can get down my rolling, because rolling is fantastic. It's like, all right, real quick. Rolling option strategy. This is what options trading, the derivative of the underlying instrument. Essentially, I'm not the expert on this. Again, this is House of Barf, so don't take this as financial advice or anything. But essentially, I think about it like I don't know. I think about like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like there's something going on, right? You can bet like on that, right? So like, I don't know, take a car or a horse or something. So you're, besides horses, I've been watching The Crown, and that shit is crazy, man. I did not know anything about Princess Diana, but dog, this shit is crazy. Regardless, the queen, she loves horses. So I think about like a horse race. So you can actually buy the horse, right? You can buy the trainer, the horse, everything. And if the horse does well, everything that comes with the horse is yours. If there's any endorsements, anything, whatever, you're the owner, your horse is doing great. We would like to pay you to take pictures of your horse or whatever. However it works, I don't know. Or, if you're a Formula One car driver, you can buy the car, you can buy the team, all that stuff. Your team does great. All the proceeds and everything go directly to you. Then there's the other thing is where you can bet on the car, right? So you go to the car race and you say, I bet you that this car is going to beat that car. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's exactly factual, but that's why I kind of look at option trading. It's like you can actually own the underlying, and if revenues go up, profits go up, you get, you're an owner, you get, the proceeds, you get the, capital gains, losses, whatever. On the other end, if it goes down, you go down with it. So been working on my options trading, trying to get better at it. One of the strategies is a rolling strategy. So with rolling, there's a couple things that, I get kind of like confused about, which is once I roll the option. So, okay, real quick, rolling option, I don't know how to explain this, but let's say, for example, you get, so that's one thing I've been working on with the help of one of my mans, who kind of put me on through his Forex trading. He likes to do bracket orders. I never really was into bracket orders, but since I was watching, I was like, that would be beneficial for my hedge positions, because with the hedge positions, you really kind of put them in, and then you say, okay, if I get called away, it gets called away. But then when it gets called away, there's something in my gut that says, I didn't really want that to get called away. Or I really didn't want to get stuck with these 100 shares, and it's all good sometimes. Sometimes you get stuck with 100 shares and it's beneficial, it's actually profitable, so you're like, okay, nah, it's cool, but there's sometimes I'm like, man, I kind of wish I would have just got out of the contract. When I put the contract in, I meant it with my full heart. You know what I'm saying? That, hey, if, let's say ABC stock is at 100, if it reaches 130, you can call these shares away. You know what I'm saying? I mean it. I'm okay with $30 per share. That's $100. That's 100 shares. That's 100 contracts. That's $3,000 right there. I'm okay with that. Next thing you know, the shit shoots up and it's at 142, and you're like, oh, damn it. You're like, oh, shit, this shit gonna get called away at 130. And it may not. Somebody may not take it. And that confuses me. I'm like, yo, take it. What's going on here? I'm waiting for the email. Yo, your shares of blah, blah, blah have been assigned. Shit. But, sometimes people don't do it. Man, I was talking to one of my buddies, had a 475 short call on NVIDIA. NVIDIA shot up to, look, don't let me exaggerate, but I want to say 510. I think it got up to like 509 or something. And we were just sitting there like, yo, you're going to get assigned? And they're like, dude, nobody's assigned it yet. And I'm like, I know what everybody's waiting for. They're waiting on those third quarter earnings, and the third quarter earnings came out and they were pretty good. But the market sentiment didn't go along with it. And I'm assuming because of multiple things. We're still not sure about that China restriction from the United States, as well as AMD is coming out with a competitor chip. Doesn't look like AMD has any restrictions on them. I'm not sure. And then as well as leaves other opportunities for other companies such as Intel, I don't know, IBM or whoever else. I was fooling around with this small company called Atomera. I don't even know. I should just disclosure. I might have some shares left. I'm not even sure if I have any shares left with them. Man, I got screwed on that one. But it's all good. I thought Atomera was going to be a good company, but full disclosure, I may still have some shares of them. But rolling. So you say, all right, the stock is at $100. It jumps up to, the stock is, you bought the stock at 100. You sell a contract saying if this thing goes up to $130 within a certain period of time, 30 days, whatever, that you're going to go ahead and let it go. You're cool with it. Well, it jumps up to 100 and one more thing, you sell the contract at like $10. So, if I'm correct, intrinsic value, or break even or whatever, you want it to be at 140. Well, it jumps up to 142. So right now it's in the money. It's past parity. It's broken even. Right now is a great time for the contract owner, the buyer, to assign it. Well, they haven't assigned it yet. There's some sentiment news coming out. We're not sure. Near earnings are coming up. They haven't assigned you yet. So you're like, okay, cool. Well, you know what? If they're not going to assign me, I'm not ready to get rid of these shares yet. I'm going to go ahead and roll this contract. Meaning that simultaneously, I'm going to buy the contract and then I'm going to go sell another contract. The thing about it, I'm probably going to move the expiration. I'm probably going to do I'm not sure exactly the terms because, again, I'm not an expert at all this, but I'm probably going to do a roll down and out. I'm not sure. Meaning that I'm going to roll down. I'm going to roll the expiration down. So if the expiration date was let's just say this December 15th, 2023, I'm going to roll it down to, I don't know, let's just say January 24th or something. But give me another 30 days, and I'm going to roll it from 130. Now I'm going to roll it to about 150, 60. I sold the first contract for 10. That shit is shot. Now I'm down probably about $120. You know what I'm saying? I just saved myself $120, whatever. But now I'm down probably about 120. So when I roll, I want to roll, as I'm sure you've heard over YouTube. Everybody talks about it. Roll for a net credit. So that's really my only strategy when it comes to rolling. I'm like, okay, roll for a net credit. It's what everybody says on YouTube. That's what they say. There's a few situations where it's okay to roll for a net debit. I don't even know those situations, but for the most part, roll for a net credit. So that's my goal. So I'm going to look for a contract that's going to be at least $120 or more. So in that way, at least I'm receiving a net credit, or $125 or more. You know what I'm saying? The thing about rolling is it doesn't seem like there's ever a perfect roll. Sometimes there is, but sometimes it feels like, man, all of a sudden, instead of having a 130, now I got a 150. You know what I'm saying? To get that net credit. It's like, it's kind of hard to roll it for, like, let's say I want to do like a 190. It ain't going to happen. Or unless you do more time, unless you just, now you put it all the way out there in like April of 2024 or something, some shit like that or something. Shit, some contracts be like January 2025 before you get a good net credit. You know, you're like, damn, I ain't trying to wait no 700, 400 days, you know, but it's all good. You know, it's no rush. We out here getting premiums. You know what I'm saying? We're out here trying to do percentages. So one thing I want to discuss is with rolling strategy. So what happens sometimes is, let's say, for example, you're down $120. You roll the contract for, let's say, I don't know, you roll the contract for 150, right? And the contract goes down to like, it goes down to like 60. I'm sorry, this may be a little confusing. I hope I'm not confusing. But let's just say I make $60, right? I lost 120. I roll the contract. Now I make 60. And I make 60 just in a day or two. So I'll be like, yo, should I just go ahead and take that 60 and then go in there and try to sell another contract? And you could, but where are you going to sell the contract at? Because if you made $60, that means that the stock price dropped. And that means that nobody's probably buying calls right now. You know what I'm saying? So you could go ahead, take that 60, and then maybe you want to, like, you know what I'm saying? You could try to buy a call, try to get that money back that way or something. I don't know, it's different strategies. So I just want to kind of talk to somebody. And I saw this guy on YouTube. His name is Invest with Henry. And I was like, hey, I've seen some of your videos. You know, I wanted to reach out to you about, you know, questions about rolling strategies and whatnot, and how to kind of approach them if, let's just say, you make 50% of the money you lost back in a couple of days. Do I just go ahead and take it, or do I stick to the rolling strategy, or however it works? And then I'm also looking up, he got YouTube videos on this will strategy. So I'm going to learn about this will strategy and everything. I don't want to say self-taught, because I'm YouTube. I'm going to the institution of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm working on. So I had some pretty good experiences with that. Also working on, what else was I working on? My buddy, he does Forex, and everything with Forex. Not saying everybody, everything. I'm not going to do it. Cause I think when you're trading, in my personal opinion, and not saying that this is not financial advice, you want to be elusive. You know what I'm saying? I would say one of the craziest elusive quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying? You want to, like, Eli Manning. I mean, that's crazy, right? Why would Eli Manning elusive? He's not like, but he's elusive. Of course, Mike Vick. These are some crazy elusive. Lamar Jacksons. These are some crazy elusive. Oh my gosh, Barry Sanders, running back. Crazy elusive. And you know what they would say? I would listen to him talk, and they'd be like, dude, I didn't even know I did that shit. Vince Carter. I remember when he did his dunk, where he on the Olympics and he hopped over the guy. You know what I'm saying? You talk to, I mean, the people interview him, and they be like, "Man, that was crazy. What were you thinking?" And they're like, "Dude, they hit the Will Ferrell. I'm sorry, I blacked out. What did I just say? You know, like I'm sorry. What did I just? You know, they say they all blacked out. Like I did what came natural. It just came to me, and that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about trading is that you got to be elusive. You got to like, oh shit, here we go. Going down, getting up, going down, turn it around, short straddle, long straddle, or whatever it is in Forex. So what I realized with Forex is one big thing is take profit, sell stop. Take profit, sell, or stop loss. I'm sorry. Stop loss. Take profit, sell stop. I mean, stop loss. Okay. So I'm like, okay, there got to be more to this. And if you do some Forex trading, it seems like that's pretty much all you got. But I'm not going to stick to that because that can't be true. It can't be true. I mean, you got to. So real quick, but regards to bracket orders that my buddy was using, I was like, yo, I got to get that. So I go to Thinkorswim, and it's under advanced orders under OCO. One cancels the other. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So I figured it out. But on the other note, real quick, this is just off topic. You know, with that, I'd be like, yo, you know, you got to be elusive considering that this is a business, okay? You know, you got to realize all of it is a system. You got the people who want to sell the class. You got the system that wants to make you just, you know, sell, stop loss, take profit. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole system. And as long as they can keep you in that system, then you pretty much are good at a loss. You'll make some money. You'll lose some money. It won't be nothing too crazy. You may occasionally hit the lottery, but then you're going to take losses. It's just going to be nuts. So I'm like, you know what? When I do trade the Forex, which I did do some Forex trading, and I'm about to hop on the Forex market right now, or I'm going to take a break because I got to get ready to get dinner and shit started and clean dishes and all this bullshit. And I got fingerprints all over the windows and TVs. This shit is madness, you know, but regardless, took the brackets and I used them for my hedge positions, for my hedge strategy. So essentially what you can do is you can get the underlying, right? So you buy the house and then you can go around selling contracts on the house. Hey, I got the house for 100K. If you want it, if the market goes up to 120, I'll give it to you. You know what I'm saying? And all while you're selling these contracts, you still got the underlying, you still got the house. You know what I'm saying? Or your man got the house, whatever. You're just selling contracts on it. Boom, 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 boom. Well, when I was selling these contracts, I was just letting the contracts do what they do. All right. If you are the winner, you're the winner. If the house is 100K and I say, hey, if the market jumps up to 130K, you can buy it for me at a premium. Okay. So you'll get it for 130, but give me like $7,000 or something at premium. Okay. Because it may shoot up to like 140, 150. Nobody knows. Can't tell the future. We could try our best, but we can't, you know? So, I was like, you know what? These bracket orders would be great on my hedge positions. So with these option strategies, one thing I noticed is I'll have a great week, right? Options are doing what they're supposed to be doing, or a great month or whatever. Boom, boom. You know, I like to do percentages, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, 8% there, 40% there, 20% there, 12% there, 17% there, or whatever it is. $2 there, $4 there, $8 there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, got 7, 8, $12.50, $20, doing great, $17 there, doing great, 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 great. And then what happens? There's one $200. Boom! Whoa, what the fuck happened? What happened? Oh, some news came out that Paramount and Apple want to sell some streaming service, and the sentiment of the market went nuts. So you sold a contract at $16 and it shot up to $17 or $18 and you're down $200. Like, what the fuck? So figured out the OCO. the one order cancels other. That's a bracket order. So I put the bracket orders in. I'm working on it. And I'll say, look, put my limit at this. So I sell the contract at $30. Let's just say it's a I don't know, an 11-day or 10-day contract or something. Just to keep it simple. If I get, let's just say it's $10 contract. If I get 50% of that contract, $5 in the next couple of days, good till close, I'll take it. On the other end, I'll put another order in that if it goes up to a certain price, you want to give it room. You know what I'm saying? Then I want to go ahead and buy the contract as well at a loss. You know what I'm saying? Now in this way, so what happens is if your underlying shoots up, right? So you got the underlying at $12, $13. You sold the contract at $16. You're sitting there chilling. Oh, this shit ain't going to move. It ain't going to do shit. And you come back and it's at $20. So your underlying made $1,000 that day. What? I made $1,000. Crazy. But you got this hedge position that lost $500. So you come out with $500, which is still a great thing. Don't get it twisted. But if I would have possibly had a stop loss in, I could have easily, that contract could have got cut, boom, and allowed the underlying to just do what it do. Just keep going. Just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's more so where I'm getting with these hedge positions. The underlyings, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing with the underlyings because my goal with underlyings is to own. I want to be an owner. So I don't want to keep going around buying and selling the underlyings. I more so want to keep the underlying. Now, not in all companies. If the company is starting to lose its value or, we just are not on the same page anymore. Somebody says some anti-Semitic comment or something. And I'm like, you know what? That's not what I'm about. Or some company sold some fentanyl or something. Did you hear about this new drug? I don't even know how to pronounce it. Real quick. Real quick. Right when you thought fentanyl was over, let me see. What in the world is this new drug? Let me see. What is the name of the new fentanyl? What is the name of the new fentanyl? Let me see. Is it Zazi? I can't pronounce this shit. Let me see something real quick. Let me make sure I got the name of the right joint. Zalazine. Here, I'm gonna try to put this in. Give me a second. All right, let me see if I can get this thing to read it out loud.
Xylazine.
Yeah, let me see. I don't know if that was loud enough, but this is like the new fentanyl. Like, let's see if I can get it to read it one more time.
Xylazine.
Xylazine. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say if I know some company I'm invested in has been putting xylazine in they, pharmaceuticals or something. And I'm like, yo, you know what? That's not what I'm about. So one thing with investing, what a lot of people don't understand is investing is just not investing. Okay. Investing is also about a social responsibility. Okay. I'm not trying, I know, but that's why it's called the House of Barf for many different reasons. Okay. But there's also a social responsibility to your investing. Okay. Let's just say you're invested in a company that is murdering a lot of people, but they're making billions. Hey, look, you want to invest in that company, to each his own. Everybody got a belly button. You can do what you want. Okay. Everybody has an opinion. That's what I mean. You can do what you want. Okay. If you want to invest in some company that is killing 400,000 people a year, but hell, they got a hell of a dividend, it's your prerogative. All right. I'm not knocking anything, but with investing, we do have a true social responsibility. Do I always follow that responsibility? No. Sometimes I'm corrupt too. Sometimes I'm like, oh shit, what happened? Oh, that company had a mistake. Ooh, this is a good time to capitalize. You know, I guess I'm a capitalist. Um, but you just I do think about if my values don't align with a company as much as I would love to invest in them. Uh, if I had to say a company right now, uh, it probably would be that don't align. You know what? I'm not gonna say any company right now. There's no company right now. But something that doesn't really align with my. You know what? All right, I'll name something. I'll go with I don't know, Smith and Wesson. Okay, we know that there's a lot of war going on. Um, I'm not saying that Smith and Wesson is the company that's providing guns for the war. I don't know. They may not be. But I would say it's not a good social responsibility thing for myself to invest in a gun company in the middle of World War III. I know, I know. All right, disagree with me. Like, what the fuck is this guy about making money or not? To an extent. I'm about making money to an extent. I'm not, like, for example, AI. You know what I'm saying? If I created an algorithm, my algorithm is going to be real smooth, real chill, real cool. I'm not going to try to make this thing make me a multi-billionaire next week. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit is going to blow something up. Not saying I even know how to create an algorithm, because I don't. You know what I'm saying? But if I was able to get a system, some IBM system that Watson that just came out, hey, you can create your own algorithm with, an IQ of 2. Shit, I fit right in that market. And I created an algorithm to help trade my stocks. And the next thing you know, I blew up the whole industry. They're like, who the hell is Chan Man, the man? Like, oh shit, damn it. People pulling up. What the fuck? What's going on? You know, yo, you crashed the whole system, little old me. You know, it's like, yeah, man, whatever you had running, you know what I'm saying, crash some shit, So, seriously, I get to a point where I want to make money, but I'm not out here to, dead ass serious. I want to, I would love, shit up. Before I had an estranged spouse, I would have loved to get, some diamonds, maybe, I'm saying, a canary diamond, I'm saying, a couple canary diamonds, a couple black diamonds, a couple pink diamonds, I'm saying, a couple, I don't know what everybody's wearing these days. When I was growing up, Ferragamo was hot. I don't know who it is anymore now. I guess, I don't know, Dior, some couple Dior's for the family. I'm good. I'm really okay. If I wanted anything, just get me a couple hoodies and a couple sweatpants and maybe, I don't know, maybe a pair of Yeezys. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even really want a pair of Yeezys, but I'm really okay. If you really want to make me happy, get me a 30-year bond at like a 10% interest rate and then get me a safe deposit box and deposit like 185 pounds of gold in that safety deposit box and figure out a way that the bank can pay themselves out of my safety deposit box so they don't got to bother me no more. And make sure there's not going to be any rules of escheatment or anything, that if this bank gets bought out by another company, make sure all that shit's taken care of. I don't want no bullshit about, oh, we got bought out by some bank in Venezuela and you had to, come and get your stuff, but since you didn't, it just went straight to the state or some bullshit. If you want to take care of me, do that. Safety deposit box, 185 pounds of gold or something. All right. Matter of fact, I would actually like, I want palladium. I want 180 pounds of palladium. Um, um, and I'm good. I'm good. And if you want, also get me in a room, uh, with some people. Get me in a room with some people. And what I mean, some people, get me in a room with some, like a Mike Tyson. I would love to sit down. I'm really good. I'm really good. And also, um, a car. I want a solid car so I can get around. Uh, and also first class tickets so I can get around. And I think I'm pretty good at that, so I can meet up with these people. Would have loved to talk to Charlie Munger. Damn it, Charlie. But hey, what can you do, man? 93 years old. What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Um, shit, I think I'm good. I think I'm good with that. Um, yeah, that's all I really want. Um, but yeah, all for everybody else, we get some lobster and some shrimp, and some filet mignon. Uh, um, what I'm saying? We'll go to Japan, get some sushi. You know what I'm saying? And I'll make sure that we get nice. But I'm really okay. I'm really okay. The reason I like all this stuff, people think it's all about making money. It's not. For me, it's not. It is about making money because I'm broke as fuck right now. But it's not about making money. I'm more so, I love business. I love economics. I love entrepreneurship. I love getting it out of the mud. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the story of the Phoenix. Somebody's down and they figure out a way to get themselves up. These are the stuff I love. You know what I'm saying? And I love that you can do this shit from home. I love you don't have to have a boss. You know what I'm saying? You can literally on your own. Here, 1 second. What up, Ra? You wanna say something real quick? Here, come on, get in here.
Hi.
Is that all you want to say?
I want to,
Don't mess your hair up.
I'm going to tell you, I'm bored.
Okay, give me a second. I'm about to wrap all this up, okay? I'm about to wrap it up, okay? Can you give me?
When I was done, I could use your phone.
I'm gonna be done with my phone in just give me about 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna be done.
Now, why do you always have to say a lot of things, Daddy?
Well, you know what's funny? Sometimes a lot of people want to know what's on my mind because I really don't talk a lot to people, and a lot of people just want to know what's on my mind. So I say, you know what? I'm gonna create content.
But when you create content, why do you talk a lot?
Again, because you know when I go to dinner with people, I don't know if you know or not, I'm usually at the table and I'm usually just sitting there, not saying nothing, just chilling, scratching, smiling, doing that same smile. So a lot of people be like, yo, what are you thinking about? What's on your mind? What's going on with you? I'll be like, yo, I'm good. I'm really okay. So I say, let me create some content, and then they have access to things that are on my mind. So that's why I create this content. That's why I talk so much. And then if this content does wells, then we can get some moolah,
Money.
some young moolah. And
That's how you say money in Spanish.
I don't know where moolah come from. I don't think, no, dinero is money in Spanish. I don't know where moolah came
And
from.
we can get dinero.
We can get mucho dinero. And then we can travel to California.
So, but
And we can go to Disney World.
But what did Munya come from? What kind of state?
All right, here, real quick. Let's find out. I'm going to say, hey, Google.
Hey, Google.
Where did the word moolah come from?
According to dictionary.com, various dictionaries find evidence for forms of moolah in the late 1930s in American English, but the definitive birthplace of the term, as with much of slang, remains elusive. One theory speculates that mula came from the Spanish mula, a mule, arguing the beast of burden was historically used as a form of currency.
Oh, it supposedly is from the Spanish, whatever. The beast of burden was historically used as a form of currency. Okay.
So it is in Spanish?
Yeah, some like Mexican slang. Porcelain is one. Okay.
What? How do you
Moolah.
spell moolah?
M-U-L-A.
M-U-L-A. M-U-L-A.
Oh, wait, tell me. Okay, I didn't spell that correctly. I spelled it M-U-L-A. It's supposed to be spelled Moolh. And
Moolh.
let me see. Give me a second. I think moolah is an informal word for bread or dough. I don't know.
How do you spell moolah?
I think it's Moolah or something. I don't know. Regardless, Rob.
Go back up and see it. Go back up and go back up and see and check.
Okay, I will. Can you give me just a couple more minutes to wrap this up, and then we're gonna hang out and we're gonna chill. Yeah, I'll be 5 minutes. I'm gonna wrap it up. Come on, please. Give me 1 second, please. Gracias.
Thank you. And say what? You're welcome, Miss Fanny.
You know how to say it. How you say it? Duh.
Dada.
There you go.
Nada.
Nada. There you go. Good job. All right. Give me not even 5 minutes. Give me like 2.5 minutes. My bad. All right. Last thing, real quick. I don't even know where I left off, but where I left off was so real quick. Also, been trading Forex, right? This Forex shit. I'm telling you, this shit's about to get crazy because, in the past, I would have, I would take on a lot of tasks, right? And I didn't care. I'm like, yo, I'm fine. Keep me busy, right? It didn't really work out well for me in my life. I pretty much lost everything because I was trying to work. It was a bad idea. It was a very bad idea. And people would be like, "Oh no, we don't want to put more on your plate." Not like managers or anything, like family and friends. They'd be like, "Hey, we don't want to put any more on your plate." Let's just say you work at like a company like Verizon or something, and you're at work all day, helping customers with their phones and everything, and then you get home. What happens? You get more calls from family and friends. Hey, I got this issue with my phone. I was wondering if you could help me out, or I got this question about my bill. Could you take a look at it for me? Hey, we don't want to overwhelm you, but so, I'm the type of person to take on a lot of tasks, but it's starting to get to a point where I am getting questions. I'm not giving out advice or anything. I'll get questions. Hey, what is this? You know what I'm saying? What is this currency stuff? Or what is an option or something? I get the phone calls pretty regularly, and people don't want to put any more on my plate because they know I'm under a lot of stress right now. I'm going through a whole lot right now, and it's really not a good time. But I'm always like, hey, it's all good, man. You can put more on my plate. I'm all good with it. So it's about to get crazy right now. A buddy of mine's trading Forex. He's like, hey, you want to trade Forex with me? So I opened up a portfolio with a company, with a brokerage, and started trading Forex. And I'm going to tell you real quick, another buddy of mine's would like for me to move to possibly, I'm not sure, I could be exaggerating right now. I could be making this up. But May wants me to move to India so that I could introduce people to the Nifty 50 and everything, because my buddy's telling me we have approximately 300 million people here, and I don't know how many people are investors, but he says over there, we probably have just as many people that are not investing as the whole United States. So there's probably 300 million. There's 1 billion people over there. It could even be more. But there's probably at least 300 million people over there that don't know anything about investing, that are not investing, and it'll give you more exposure than trying to teach people over here in America, because there's probably only 100 million people who are not investing here, or 150 million people who are not investing, or 120 million, but there's probably a good group of people, probably about 80 million or however many it is, people who are investing. There's probably about 330 million people here. There's probably a good amount of people who are investing here. No offense. Then there's the rest of the group of people are probably not even interested, don't even know about it. But regardless, there's a huge amount of people in India that are not investing. Probably the population of America, 330 million, is it's probably the amount of people who are not investing over there. So if you came over to India and started introducing people to, he was telling about the Nifty 50 and something else, then you would have so much exposure, so much growth. Not to mention, Americans can be kind of difficult to work with. I'm not sure about Indian people, but they may be easier to work with. Okay. Who knows? But uh, so I would have U.S. equities, and U.S. equities and the Indian market are not correlated. Like when the Indian market's going on, I don't think the U.S. equities going on. So that's no sleep. And then the Forex market, the London, Tokyo, and New York sessions, those are not correlated. Tokyo is at like 11 p.m. London is at like 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole lot of like, man, I'm not overwhelmed yet, but it's starting to, and I don't got no bread either. So I'm waking up to trade $100 of Forex, just to get my grit, just to get ready, get prepared for when big dollars come in. I'm going to try to take out a loan, a huge loan. I need a loan of like 100K, like something. And I know the payments on that, because interest is probably like 7% right now. The payments on that is probably going to be like $8,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be something nuts. You know what I'm saying? Something crazy. But there's going to be I'm going to probably buy some indicators. Like I found this indicator called Bookmap. That's probably about $1,000 a month or something. It could probably be less. But I get the right indicators, put them on my system, possibly even buy an algorithm, and then we get it popping. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, I can use the other money to try to pay some bills. Not sure if I'm going to take that method, but it's a method I'm thinking about. So I would be triple leveraged. I'm taking out a loan, put it on trading, and probably trade on margin. So I'm going to be leveraged, or double leveraged, whatever it is. Not sure if that's the route I'm going to take, but it's a possibility. But in trading Forex, so the first day, right, I put $100 in the account, and I basically threw a shot in the dark, because I've been researching and I've been doing demo trading and everything, but I really just wanted to see the real money. You know what I'm saying? Real money. So I threw it in there, and I think I purchased like Euro USD, right? EUR/USD, right? That shit was moving fast, right? So I lost about 170 pips, which is about $17. So, that's about 17%. So I've been getting up, doing my Forex trading, just taking my time. And I'm not taking the strategy of putting in stop losses and take profits. I mean, I am using it, but it's not my go-to. It's not like my no offense, I'm not like a one-trick pony. You know what I'm saying? That's not my only trick. So I went ahead, lost the 17%, the 170 pips or whatever. And again, this is a nano lot, just moving by the pennies, right? And then I started doing hedge positions, right? So so essentially with Forex is you lock in that 70%, 17% loss. You know what I'm saying? It's locked in when you hedge. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing with the hedge position. If you're down $200, you can just lock that position in. Just lock that 200 in. There's no need to sit there and say, all right, I'm just going to take this $200 loss. Just lock it in. You know what I'm saying? Just put the hedge in. And then with that, I was hedging the positions, and I was just getting cents that way. Just a couple cents. And then I was also buying other cryptocurrencies, like the one I did this morning. I did it last night after the Cowboys game. So after the Cowboys whooped the Philadelphia Eagles, I just logged into my brokers just to see if the market was open. I wasn't even sure, and it happened to be open. And I saw this opportunity with USD JPY, the US dollar Japanese yen. I saw the opportunity. It just was like, it was sitting there and it was like, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go long in that. So I went long in that, did a couple hedge positions. So now I'm down about $8. So I put in 100. It went all the way down to like $81 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. I can't even remember. It was like $81. So I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing I'm thinking about is one day this is going to be 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 13,000, 14,000. And I can't be no person to just be like, oh, well, got to put my stop loss in and or whatever it is, or whatever it is. I got to build that grit that when you get into these positions, how the hell are you going to dig yourself out? You can't always just so put in some hedge positions, traded some other currencies. Now I'm down probably about $91. You know what I'm saying? So I'm beginning to build it up. And more importantly than the money's not my, it is my objective, but it's not the main objective is I'm building character. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause this shit gets hectic. It gets tough, gets hard. Another one I was proud about myself was Paramount. Paramount, man. As soon as I jumped in Paramount, man, that joint dropped substantially. You know what I'm saying? But I stayed with it. I was selling short calls on it. I was taking that money. At the same time, I was also, I still held on to the underlying. And just a couple of days ago, broke even. Man, oh my gosh, it felt so good. It felt like I paid off my student loans. It was amazing that after all that time, it took, it may not sound like a long time, but it took about 3 months. Right now, I'm probably up about, I don't know, not much, because I was up actually about a few $100s, but now I'm up probably about like 84 cents or something. But still, tremendous, man, tremendous. So that's what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build the character. I'm trying to build the grit. You know what I'm saying? And if any BD calls me and is like, hey, we want you to come work for our firm, I want to be able to tell them, like, look, man, if you have any customers that are going through something, that I can be there to help. Like, and it's not going to be, we're just going to liquidate the position and try to find another position that you could probably try to make all the money back. That too. That's another strategy. And that's what I mean about being elusive. It's like, I got to figure out how to be elusive in the market. You know what I'm saying? You can't just always just be a one trick pony. You got to also have other tricks up your sleeve and be like, oh, you know what you could do? All right, here we go. This shit about to be crazy. And the next thing you know, hopefully if things go according to plan, which they should, because you should have strategies and everything in place that, look, if this doesn't work, then we're just going to have to take another approach. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully at the end of the day, everything will work out. And the people that you work with, for example, if you worked at a BD, will be like, wow, thank you. I was so scared and I was so worried. I put little Timmy's college fund into this investment and I wasn't sure how I was going to explain this to my spouse. And you came along and thank God, and then you're just like, hey, no problem, Bob. No problem, Bob. There ain't nothing. It's what I do. All right. So yeah, this is just a few things I'm working on. I'm going to try to dig myself out of this hole that I put myself in, but it's all good. It's just all fun. It's just a good time. Not trying to stress myself out. It's a beautiful thing. So, real quick, got to wrap this up. I want to say thank you so much to anybody and everybody who decided to stop by and kick it with your mans. I appreciate it. I'm Chairman, and this is House of Barf. Blech! Introducing the Listener Support Program, fueling the future and quality of House of Barf. Dear loyal listeners, at the House of Barf, we strive to bring you the most engaging, informative, and entertaining content every day into the world of business, accounting, regulation, and finance. We strive to provide you with expert knowledge, practical tips, and thought-provoking discussions to help you excel in your financial endeavors. We are dedicated to fostering meaningful conversations, sharing valuable insights, and creating a community of like-minded individuals who are passionate about business, accounting, regulation, and finance. Producing high-quality content requires dedication, resources, and effort from a talented team of one, me, but in the future, hopefully I'll have a team. That's why we are excited to introduce our Listener Support Program. This initiative allows you, our cherished audience members, to play a pivotal role in shaping the future and the content and assuring House of Barf's sustainability. In the future, becoming a supporter, you will be able to enjoy a range of exclusive benefits. benefits that I'm hoping to be able to bring eventually: early access to episodes, access to episodes that are not, public, that are not accessible to everyone, possibly even create better content. And then all those mistakes I make, maybe I'll put them in a separate episode. You'll be able to get some behind the scenes stuff, and other exclusive things such as merchandise. Possibly I have a children's book coming out, may be able to offer that. Your support goes directly towards enhancing the quality of our content, expanding our reach, our research, and investing in new resources and technology to bring you even better experiences. Your contribution will help us continue to deliver thought-provoking discussions, captivating stories, and insightful I didn't mean to say that. Maybe in the future, may possibly interview someone that will keep you engaged and inspired. Join us in shaping the future of House of Barf by becoming a supporter today. Your generosity empowers us to keep our conversations alive and ensures that we can contribute to provide valuable content to audiences around the United States and hopefully in the future of the world. To support us, simply visit podcasters.spotify.com. Then you can get to House of Barf. Also, it is on Spotify. And support this podcast and become a supporter, and choose a membership tier that aligns with your preferences. Every contribution, no matter how small or how big, makes a meaningful impact and is deeply appreciated. Thank you for being an essential part of our journey. With your support, we can reach new heights and create content that truly resonates with you, our incredible listeners. God bless. Happy listening. I'm Chan Man. This is House of Barf. Again, if you would like, you can visit podcasters.spotify.com/pod/show/Chan-man7. And you can go to support this podcast and become a supporter today. Thank you. You can also reach me at c287gph@gmail.com. Thank you again. You have a wonderful day. God bless.